What's up, everybody? It's Rob Roy, and I'm going to do my World Domination 4 prediction blog. I'm on the road right now. I'm just coming home from work. I work in Saskatchewan and live in Calgary, so it's about an 8-hour drive. Right now, I'm just leaving the Alberta Badlands because I'm a bad man. Zine? But anyways, let's get into it. So, World Domination 4 is going to be the biggest battle rap event of the year, if not of all time. Shout out to all the other leagues, but King of the Dot really knows how to appease to the people and the fans to give them what they want, so you gotta give them props for that shit. So, before anything, I guess I'll get the main events out of the way. First up, Arsenal versus Disaster. Both these guys are incredibly talented battle rappers. Disaster really can connect with this crowd, even if he is throwing a fucking tantrum. And Arsenal is just a beast. He just comes at you. He's got full force, full aggression. To pick a clear winner is going to be a tough decision for the judges, depending on how the performances go. I've seen Arsenal's blog where he's like, you can't spell bars without R's. So in Canada, arse is fucking ass. Just so you know that. It's slang for ass. Like your asshole, your arse. If you're from the East Coast, if you're from Scotia. Shouts out to my old man, he's from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. So, I'm going to give it to Arsenal. Because Arsenal is dope. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Much respect to Disaster, too. Wow, that sun is fucking bright. Anyways, on to the next main event. Pat Stay versus Arcane. Now, this is a battle that a lot of people want to see because the crowd favorite, the fan favorite, is obviously Pat Stay. Pat Stay is Mr. Personality as far as I'm concerned in battle rap. He can capture the crowd. He's a good figurehead to be the champ for Canada, and let alone in the world. He's probably one of the best battle rappers. If he's not at least in your top 5, then I don't know what to say. You're lost in the battle rap world. Arcane, though, don't sleep on Arcane. If you're an MC and you make music, you know what Arcane is capable of, because his album is dope. Straight up, the dude's got skills. He can rap his ass off. He's got bars. So don't underestimate him. I really hope that the judges are biased from a crowd perspective, because I think Pat Stay is going to shut that shit down. Like, the crowd is going to love him. And Arcane is obviously the bad guy. So my prediction for that battle is going to be, I think Pat Stay is going to take the title. There's just too much controversy surrounding Arcane for his reign to go on. And Pat Stay would be a good fit. So shout out to Pat Stay. Undercards, Shotgun Suge and Sharon. Sharon, I've never really seen Shotgun Suge's battle, so I don't fucking know. I know that apparently he was on Beyond Scared Straight back in like 99, where those crazy prison motherfuckers were straight making him crawl on his knees and shit and fucking, give me your shoes, bitch, stop your crying. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But Sharon, I know what Sharon's capable of. Sharon is a crowd pleaser as well, and I hope that he does really well. So by default, I gotta pick Sharon because I've never really seen Shotgun Suge. Holohan versus Charlie Clips. Again, another battle rapper, Charlie Clips. I haven't seen too many of his battles. I know he's dope. Holohan is dope too, though. And Holohan battles every once in a while, but when he does, he always puts on a classic. So, and considering at the last event, I think it was Vengeance, Holohan couldn't show up, and Charlie Clips went off dropped some of his bars, I guess, for Holohan, and apparently the crowd went nuts. But you know, like that's like hitting a punching bag. Bruce Lee, you know, punching bag, don't hit back. So when Holohan's in that ring, he's probably gonna smash shit. So I'm gonna pick Holohan. That's my prediction. So next up, Pesci versus Daylight. If Pesci doesn't forget his shit, Pesci's gonna body that shit. Daylight has got people talking about him mainly because he stripped naked in the Don't Flop League, which I don't understand. Like, I know what he was trying to do. He's trying to get people to talk, and it worked. So, you know, like, shouts out to him for that, I guess. Getting naked and shit. But whatever. So Pesci on that one. I pick Pesci. 100 Bullets versus JC. I've watched JC at that Fresh Coast event. I think he battled Caustic, was it? Yeah, he kills shit, man. Straight up. JC is one of those guys that's gonna be a huge up-and-comer. He's already made a name for himself. Like, he's obviously on the card, so. But 100 Bullets, that guy's on some next shit, man. He's got some crazy wordplay. I can't front on that shit. So I think 100 Bullets is probably going to take it. But it's going to be very close. That battle was supposed to happen, but apparently JC backed out a couple times, and 100 Bullets got all pissed off about that shit. It was supposed to happen in Windsor at the BC, where they got a bunch of rappers in that league that their crowds overreact to really whack shit there. But anyways, enough about that. Yeah, I got 100 Bullets on that one. Osa versus Pass. Now, these two guys, this would be a really tough battle to call, but I'm going to give it to Pass. Not taking anything away from Osa. Osa is fucking dope. He's got that true hip-hop vibe, and he's got bars for days, man. But Pass can kill shit, and when he really wants to put his A game on, he's really tough to beat. So I'm gonna give that one to Pass. J Pro versus Enigma. The first time I watched J Pro, I was a fan. He's got a very aggressive style. Now, it can be repetitive. He's always like, screaming and shit. But, you know, like, fucking, he's got bars too. Enigma, I haven't watched enough of his battles, so I'm going to give that one to J Pro. Definition versus PH. PH is a legend. Definition, I haven't really watched a lot of his battles. PH shit the bed against Paul Rich. A battle that he probably should have won. And he really shit the bed on that one. It was not a good look. But, you know, PH is a veteran, and he's a soldier, and he'll come through in the clutch. So I'm giving that one to PH. Pigsty versus Jinai. People need to understand they cannot sleep on Pigsty. I know a lot of motherfuckers in Toronto are like, oh, well, where is he from? Vancouver Division? Calgary Division? Yeah, those divisions are weak. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Whatever. I'm in the Calgary Division, and I want to battle some of you Toronto rappers because your egos are so big. And I'm from Toronto. I lived there my whole fucking life. Big-headed ego motherfuckers. But that's enough about that. I never heard of the other guy, so I'm giving it to Pigsty. Roan versus Real Deal. That's next. Real Deal. Real Deal is being hyped up as like one of the best battle rappers in the world. Straight up, so. And I've seen Roan battle, and he's dope too, but if Real Deal lives up to that hype, how you gonna beat the motherfucker, right? So, Real Deal. Tax versus Cortez. Now, I got something to say about Tycoon Tax. A lot of other rappers in his position when he first started out in this league would have quit. Because that motherfucker was 0-6. But you know what? He never gave up. So I got to give that guy respect and props for that shit. And now he's on the world domination card battling Cortez. Like, that's a huge jump. Cortez, that's going to push easily over 100,000 views. Maybe even 200,000. Because Cortez has got that power behind him for the views. And in all honesty, though, I think Cortez is probably going to beat Tax. But regardless of the fact, props to Tycoon Tax. When you're talking from a raising your game up and becoming a relevant battle rapper, Tycoon Tax has done that for himself. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You got to give the guy respect for that. Godiva versus Young Gatas. These are two females, I think. Yeah. I never really seen either of them battle. I think I've seen Bonnie Godiva battle once, and she's dope. So based on that, I gotta give it to Godiva. Thesaurus versus Looney. Thesaurus. I always go with Thesaurus. He's a legend. The guy pretty much originated this scene. And he's the guy that you don't want to have to battle. Because he may think that he's old and he's fucking washed up, but he'll fucking serve you. I don't know how many more things that guy can write about. Like, he's probably written about everything. Tantrum versus Protege. Seen Protege battle before. Seen Tantrum battle before. Both dope. But I think Protege is going to take it. I don't really know much about him, so I can't really elaborate that much. Uno Lavos versus Purpose. Now, I met Uno Lavos in Calgary when he battled Ape Yola. And he's a cool dude, man. Like, people have their opinions about people based on what they see from battle rap, but, you know, you meet these people in person, and 9 times out of 10, you know, they're very approachable people, and they're you know, what's up, man? They'll give you props and shit. Unless you're a real fucking dummy, then you're probably not gonna get any props. I watched Purpose's battle against Dirtbag Dan, and he's dope. He's dope. I guess for Australia, he's dope. So, based on that, if Uno Lavos really fucking gives a shit and wants to put forth a good performance, he could beat Purpose. But Purpose is dope. Purpose is trying to make a name for himself over here. Trust me on that one. He's going to try and wow the crowd. So he better come with some ill shit. Because this ain't Australia, motherfucker. Straight up. It's Toronto. But Uno Lavos, you a crazy motherfucker. And I hope you do well, because I think you're a good dude. Not that that really means anything to you coming from me. Now, Miracle versus Youth Oracle. Miracle is probably one of the best writers in the game. Hands down. I tell you something, man. Those cats from Scotia, man, they understand this hip-hop shit, man. They really do. They don't fuck around. Some of Miracle's tracks are unbelievable. I heard a couple of his tracks and I'm like, this guy's fucking sick. So I never heard of Youth Oracle, so I'm giving it to Miracle. I don't even know who Youth Oracle is, but I think Miracle has got a lot to prove in this tournament or this fucking event. So let's go to the third day. I only wrote down a couple of the battles from the third day that I'm actually looking forward to watching. Kriple versus Lex. Kriple's a cool dude, man. Kriple holds it down for Edmonton, and he's worked with a lot of artists. He's opened up for a lot of artists. He's headlined shows. They just did a show at Shambhala Festival, and don't sleep on Kriple. Kriple's an MC. Lex Luthor is trying to come across that Kripal's a juggalo. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Kripal's an MC. Kripal's an MC. Lex Luthor, I don't know what kind of angle he's trying to work on, but if you come with those juggalo bars, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Your last battle was against Cynical, and it's pushing like 6,000 or 7,000 views at that Vengeance event. You know, and Cynical bodied you. So I'm giving it to Kripal. Shout out to both those guys. Don't sleep on Lex Luthor either. He's got bars. That's what I'm saying. Notes versus Scream. Yo, Notes gets a lot of hate, but you know what? I like Notes. As a battle rap fan, I like Notes. I've never met the guy in person. I heard he's an alright dude. But a lot of people are like, oh, Notes is whack and what the fuck, whatever, man. But if you ain't from Toronto, then you don't know. So shut the fuck up. You don't know. Like, other cities in Canada, you go to Calgary, like I'm in Calgary right now, it's 1.2 million people. You go to Edmonton, it's over 1 mil. You go to Vancouver, it's over 1 mil. You go to Toronto's got like fucking 7 million people. 8 million people in the GTA. Their hoods there are fucking, some of the hoods in Toronto are terrible. So he comes from that shit. So unless you understand that, then you can never understand Notes. And Notes got bars too. So he's battling this guy named Scream. I never heard of this motherfucker, so I think I'm taking Notes on that. Nonstop is a guy who won the spot off the KOTD Champions Tour, which I was in. And I bodied El Rev. Shout out to El Rev though, he's my boy. But I watched that battle. It just got released today. I watched that battle. Nonstop is dope. His third round in that battle, he bodied shit, man. Straight up. He had some pretty impressive shit. So, you know, like every other rapper in the King of the Dot Champions Tour, probably, if they had a really good performance, probably felt that they should have got that spot. But, you know, King of the Dot makes their decisions, and you gotta respect that shit. So, shout outs to Nonstop, and I hope you do well in that shit. He's repping Winnipeg, and Winnipeg coming with Winnipeg's most. I love that group, man. These guys are dope. Kines, I watched a couple of Kines battles. I forget who he's battling. I just got this quickly jotted down, but I like Kines because he's comical, man. He knows how to entertain. His last battle, though, he didn't really put on that great of a performance, so I hope he does a lot better. But with all that being said, I'm hitting on 18 and a half minutes here. I hope everybody does well at that event. I hope nobody chokes. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just make sure you put on a good performance. Concentrate on that shit. Also, I hope to battle again. I think I'm going to be battling Edmonton in October. Trying to find an opponent. And hope to make it out to Toronto soon to battle. And yeah, I'm on the come up, motherfucker. So watch out for that shit. Anyways, it's Rob Roy signing off. Peace. Drive safe, everybody. Have a good night.